Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we've always felt, we've had fun playing with each other in the past, whether it was for a couple of shifts or for a period or, one game. So we never really had, consistency playing together. But, he's a really great player and he's fun to play with. I think we just try to feed off each other like we did tonight. And, like I said, he had an unbelievable game, made some big plays for us there in the third period.
Well, obviously it started with that unreal pass to set Mitch up, but how would you describe that 59 seconds of what Mitch was able to do to put 3 points together and give you guys a lead?
Yeah, I mean, that's just, special player doing special things there. Just that momentum, a couple really nice play by Jaime there on the entry on my goal, and then, get one there to Mitch, and then you could just, the crowd got into it. The guys on the bench, guys on the ice really got into it. Momentum kind of shifts on your side, and then right off the draw, you go in there and score right after the other team takes a timeout. I mean, it's just the crowd was buzzing, and then, just that energy kind of feeds through all the guys on the ice.
So what's the mindset now with the record under Sheldon, 11-4, and the fact you're in second place in the Atlantic going into the break?
I think we just enjoy our break here and have a couple good days off, have a good Christmas, and then get ready, for this kind of second half of the season. So I think this month or so has been pretty hectic with the change and everything, but I think you've done a pretty good job adjusting, and then obviously, like you said, our record's been pretty decent. So we just want to continue that and put our best foot forward.
What's more gratifying, when you get to score, when you set up Mitch on that sick assist?
I mean, personally, I like to score, but it's always fun setting up guys, and in a game like that where it's so back and forth, and we're down we're up a couple goals, and we're down a couple goals, and you tie the game with a nice play. I think it's always pretty satisfying to help the team and produce and just help the team win.
Did the timeout help there to get your breath back?
I don't think so. Our adrenaline was so high. I think that moment you're kind of just riding the high. You feel like you can play forever. So I think it comes back to kind of you feeling as just like a little kid out there skating around, and something that you want to have. And like I said, we stuck with it. We knew we could do the job, and it's a great team win.
Mitch, you're 11-4 now, going into the break under Sheldon, second place in the division. What's the mindset now with this 3-day break coming up?
If you need treatment, if you need rest, if you need anything to kind of heal up, make sure you're doing the right things to do it. Have fun with your family, enjoy the time off. We come back right into a back-to-back, so we got to make sure we come back ready to go, and it's a hard opponent we're coming back to play.
Mitch, what's these pre-Christmas afternoon games against Carolina 2 years ago? You had one of the best point games of your career, and now 2 years later, almost same situation, another big game.
Yeah. In the afternoon games, it's kind of funny. I talking to all the CHL guys there, saying that kind of reminds you of the three-peats on the weekends and at 2 o'clock on Sunday. But I think everyone just has fun with these games. It's a lot of fun to be a part of. The kids all love it and enjoy it. I'm sure they loved it today. A lot of goals scored, so something that I think both teams want to fix. But I'm sure the crowd loved it. Coaches probably didn't enjoy it as much as they did, and us. But like I said, it's a big win for us. We came back and we knew we could do it. It's something that I think everyone can go on happy to the break.
Yeah, I think no question. A lot of ebbs and flow, a lot of swings, momentum. I think just great job, great resolve by the group. Obviously, I think it shows our talent and our depth. The plays we're able to make, and guys just believe in themselves. I think it's huge. But I think when we move forward, I think we know a lot of tonight wasn't the recipe for the success in the long term. You got to find ways to win. It's not always pretty, but certainly I think we owe Fred a lot better than we were in front of him today.
What do you think of what Sheldon's done with the Lions here, John, and mix you guys up a bit to get these results?
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to do what's best for the team and get us to play the best we can and get the results we need. So I think we all have a lot of trust in him and believe he's doing the best thing for the team. So as a player, you just try to go out there and do your job.
There was a lot of talk not too long ago about this team not having that resiliency you guys needed, and after the second period, it kind of felt like things were falling apart. What has been the difference here?
Well, I think we just stick with it. It's a long season. We're still not even halfway through yet. So we've had periods where we've seen have a good result, play with the lead well, and then there's times where we haven't. And then we've let it get away from us even more, and then there's times where we've lost it and we've been able to grab it back. So it's finding that consistency, and that's been starting to come as of late. The momentum and the belief is building, and the trust in each other in the game is getting stronger. So we just got to keep working with it, staying with it, and keep finding ways to get better.
What was it like for you to watch that third period push by Marner and Matthews there?
Yeah, it's great to be on their side. Fun players to play with. Great plays, big goals. Obviously stepped up huge for us.
New Year's Eve, I think. Fireworks everywhere, and yeah, it looked pretty. Yeah, incredible, yeah.
What is it? I guess you look past some of the defensive miscues, Freddie, that happened in the second period, and speak more of the resiliency, or how do you see the win tonight?
Yeah, of course, just short memory. I think is the most important. Obviously, a bit of emotional roller coaster today, and yeah, we stuck with it and was able to come out really good in the third, even though they regained the two-goal lead, and I think we just said, yeah, screw it, we'll keep playing the last 10 and give it all, and I thought the guys were unbelievable.
Does that outweigh the things that happened in the second, the end result, do you think, Sheldon? Or?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we need wins and we need points. Because of the way that things go there, you give up the lead and the nature of some of the goals, you don't feel great about them, but we can't forget about the good things that we did. I mean, we scored 7 plus an empty netter, and we had a terrific start against a very good team that we knew was going to come. In fact, getting a lead like that's probably not the greatest thing for us in terms of our mindset, playing against a team that is so hard to play against. But I think it's part of our growth here, trying to figure things out, and that's partially the reason why I didn't call a timeout in that second period. Is I just thought it's a good time for our team to just kind of sort themselves out here and see if we can. And whether we did or not, I don't really know in that second period, but we found a way. Our best players made big time plays.
What's your emotions like inside for those 59 seconds in the third period?
I do a pretty good job of keeping things inside. I've been through a lot of these types of games and a lot of different things as a coach at various levels. Try not to get too caught up in it, but it was pretty fun to watch how quickly things changed and just how our team responded to that.
Are you inclined to keep Mitch and Auston together, or do you still see it as an experiment?
I would say we're still kind of in the experiment stage. In fact, we talked about it after the second period, whether maybe we should switch back, and decided not to, obviously, and it worked out. But how it works out long term is not necessarily just on how that goes, but how things underneath them go. So we just got to look at all of that.
Why didn't you change it? What made you stick with it?
We just felt that there's potential there, that it could something could spark itself and get going. We also looked at the fact that we just thought there was mistakes made at key times that ended up in our net that weren't necessarily a sign that the lines weren't working. Because I thought there were a number of good things happening through the game. We just had to get rid of the egregious mistake and how we were getting stalled like that in the neutral zone. I thought that we would have a chance.